let's start without any delay today's topics. So today we are going to cover conditional statements, and if time permits, we will be seeing the looping statements also. So let me, before start, if you have any queries in the middle, once that particular topic, gets over, you can, clarify your queries. Okay, we will go in that way. So, do you have, any queries regarding the previous class program? I hope, everyone might have completed, right? Am I right? So, because I could able to see, plenty of messages in the group. So it was really active on that day. So I'm seriously happy for that. So conditional statements. So basically, whenever there is a need to make a decision making, we will be going for the conditional statements. Okay. So in the conditional statements, already we had seen the ternary operator. So we tried, a simple program and it went very well. Okay. So today we are going to see, if else statement, as well as we are going to look into the switch statements. Okay. What all are the ways you can able to implement if else and switch in your programs? So initially, let's start with if. So this is the basic thing, decision making. Whenever there is a need to make a decision in your Apex programming, you will be going for conditional statements. And the first one is if. What is the basic syntax for if?
Hello.
So, yes. Able to hear me?
Good morning, Nagarajan.
Good morning. Able to hear me? Any issues? Hello. Hello. You guys able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Yes,
able to see my
Nagaraj.
screen also, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. That's cool. Okay. So if a condition, okay, this condition should return a boolean. That's what you have to keep it in mind. Okay, when comparing to other languages, let's say for simplicity, I'm explaining. When if you are going to compare it with other programming languages, sometimes 1 or 0, in this particular place will do the things. Okay, but in Salesforce Apex, it's entirely different. This condition should return a boolean. It should return a true or false. So that's what the expression should be. So if a condition and then the true part which needs to be get executed. In case if the condition fails, it will go to the else block and it will execute. There is no mandatory that you have to have else part in your program. It depends upon your requirement. It depends upon your implementation. So this is how a simple if looks. So let's do it practically. So let me go to the anonymous window. So I'm going to try a simple program. I'm going to declare a variable as usual, integer, x is equal to 10. I need to check whether x is, equal to 10 or not. So my criteria is I need to check whether x is equal. So as I told in the previous classes, if you are going to, check, equal in the sense you will be going for double equal. So if x equal 10, what it means that it will return a true or false statement. If x is 10, it will return a true here. If x is not equal to 10, it will return a false here. So let me simply go for a system.debug. Okay, I'm doing it very basic. Okay, so here I'm going to print it's 10. That's it. Okay, no other else statement is going to happen here. Now let me simply select. Actually there is only 4 lines of code. Let's go for execute. Let's see what the output is. Okay, it's 10. Okay, so as expected we are getting 10 as an output. That's fine. Okay, if I'm going to do 20 here. Okay, so now do you think that the program will compile or it will give the exact output, or it will give any error?
It will give an error.
It give an error. Okay, any other guesses?
It will compile.
It will compile. What will be the output?
It's
If
10.
that is the case,
No output.
No output.
Output.
No, it will show it's 10.
yeah,
Step.
it's seriously great way to start the morning with some guesses and discussion. It's
No,
really
there is
cool.
no output.
No.
Yeah. Okay, let's see how it comes. So let me execute. Okay, the program gets executed. Let me go for the debug only. Let me go for the debug only. It's a blank screen. It means that the program gets executed, it compiled, but there is no output. Okay, so this is what depending upon your requirement. Now the requirement comes in that if x is equal to 10, I need to print 10. If x not equal to 10, I want to print, okay, it does not match 10, it's not equal to 10, something I wanted to get printed. If that is the case, you will be going for else part. Okay, so the point noted here is there is no mandatory that if you are going to use if, in the sense always you have to go for else. It depends upon the requirement. Now the requirement is if x not equal to 10, you have to print, it's not equal to 10. Now I'm going for it's not equal to 10. That's it. Now let's execute the program and see how the output is. Now you could able to see that it's not equal to 10. Okay, great. The else part gets executed. Okay, so this is the true part. You can say this is a true part, and you can say this is the false part. Okay, so any doubts here? It's a pretty simple, straightforward thing only. So another thing is here I'm going to apply, equal to equal
Sir,
to 10.
Nagaraj, one
Sir,
question.
I have a doubt.
Yeah, please.
Okay, after the else, the flower bucket can come down. Am I right? Okay, it's okay.
After else part?
Flower bucket கீழே கூடி வரலாம் sir. Else க்கு அப்புறம்.
Yes. The curly braces you are meaning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can, here some programming languages people used to, JavaScript used to start from there. So it's up to, your conventional way, or sometimes some standards, if you have to follow in the sense, you can do that, but that doesn't matter. Okay, I'm coming to this braces now. Okay.
Sorry, Nagaraj, one quick question.
Yes, please.
Okay, so here you have if else, right?
Yes.
It's a other way of for ternary operation, right?
Yes, obviously. Okay. Correct.
So at what places we need to use this kind of statement, and what places we need to use the ternary operation?
Personally, if the condition gets satisfied, only one statement to be executed, or only one, expression to be executed, in the sense you can go for ternary operator. Okay. So if the number of statements, let's say if x is equal to 10, some 20 lines of statements needs to be get executed. If that is the case, it's very difficult to manage it inside the ternary operator. So you can simply go for if. That's it. Okay.
Can I say if you are going for a loop, then this will work out? If it is only one record, if the query is going to return a single data, then we can go for the ternary operation. Can you say like that?
Yeah, simply saying if the condition gets satisfied, only one statement going to be get executed, in the sense you can simply go for, ternary operator. If you are going for a SOQL in the ternary operator, in the sense it will be a single statement, it may return a list. Okay, so that doesn't matter. The number of statements, n number of statements you wanted to have in the true part or in the false part, in the sense it's better to go for if else. If it is a single statement, you can do it using ternary operator.
Thank you.
Okay, fine. So this is a simple, in the line number 13, you can able to see now, system.debug after if statement. Okay, let me change the value into 120. Now the x statement is, x value is 120. So any guesses what all are the outputs we can able to see now?
We'll get the else part executed, and we'll get the after if instead.
It's not equal to 10 after if statement.
Okay, so initially x is equal to 120, it is going to check x is equal to 10. No, it's 120, so it will come to the else part, it will execute. That's it. So the point is, this is a single block. In this single block, at a point of time, either if will get executed or else will executed. This particular statement is out of this particular block. It says that it's an ordinary statement, it will get executed irrespective of whatever may be the outcome of this if else. Okay, so let me execute this and confirm that. Okay, fine. Now it's not equal to 10. Okay, so else part gets executed, and after if statement, this is an ordinary statement, so this is also get executed. Okay, I think hope it might be clear to you all guys. So because it's a pretty simple, straightforward. Now I am coming to the game. So if I'm going to put a semicolon right here, okay, do you think that this particular line will get executed?
No.
No. Do you think that the program will compile?
No.
Okay, so let's see, execute unexpected token. But if you are going to try the same thing with the other programming languages, Java and other programming languages, it will execute. Okay, so that's the thing. So in Apex, okay, in the conditional, you cannot put a braces right over there. Let me go for another game. Okay, x is equal to 10. This will makes you understand the how the way it gets works. It will be easy for you. So let me like this. Okay, do you think that is it necessary to put a brace? Okay,
Yes.
so okay, fine. So let me remove this brace and let me try to run this program. Okay, if that is the case, it is mandatory in the sense it should throw a compilation error. Okay, so let me run this program.
It will run the first, I guess.
Yes, it compiled.
In the first.
It executed. See, now there is no difference. X is equal to 10. Yes, x is equal to 10. It's 10 gets printed. It's not equal to 10 gets printed. After if statement, all these statements gets executed. Fine. So this will not make any difference. Let me put 100 right over here. And now let me execute the program. Here we will have the learning. Okay. Let me execute. Okay, I have breaked it in the middle. Okay, fine. See there, what is the output? It is not equal to 10. That is line number 6 executed. And after if statement executed, that is line number 7 also get executed. So what it means is this if condition get failed, but since your statement, line number 6 and 7 gets executed, it means that this particular first line is attached with the conditional. Okay, let's say if you're going to put your open brace, close brace here, okay, what it will, makes the similar output.
It will consider as a first system reboot as part of it.
Yes. So what the learning here is there is no mandatory that you have to put braces for conditional statements. If you miss the braces, automatically after the condition, the first statement only be attached with the condition. The remaining statements will be treated as an ordinary statement. So if the condition satisfied, only the first statement will get executed. If the condition fails, the first statement will not get executed. Remaining all the statements will get executed irrespective of whatever may be your condition. So generally we are using braces. So the purpose of using braces is to group statements. So braces is used to group statements. Any programming language, this is the case. Why you are using braces in your programs? If it is a conditional or if it is a looping, why you are putting the braces? You are going to put the braces, to make the statements as a group. Okay, any doubts here?
Can we interchange the statements of can you please remove those braces at the line number 5?
Yeah, you want me to remove the braces?
Yes.
Okay, let me remove that.
Okay, so
fine.
Can we interchange 6 line number 6 at 5 and line number 5 at 6, so that so by that they execute? So
okay, fine, let's see. Okay, so I made the changes as per your request. So let me execute the program. Let's see the output. Now you can able to compare. It's 10 gets printed. Okay. So it's 10 is a word, so it doesn't going to do anything with this particular equal to 10. Okay, so don't get confused with this word which we used. Only thing the takeaway point is if there is no braces, by default the first line will be attached with if. The remaining things will be it will be in float. There is no relationship. That's the thing.
If there is a blank in line number 5,
if there is a blank, okay,
it will consider 6th line as a
yeah, we will experiment everything. That's a way to learn a programming language, I guess, my personal opinion. So let's clarify that doubt also. Okay, what happened? Even though if there is a blank, now it considered this as a set. Okay. You got the point?
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. That's it. So let me try for another experiment. I'm going to put a brace here. Okay. I'm going to put something here. Okay. I'm get rid of this line. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to put an integer. Sorry. Let me declare a variable inside the loop. Integer y. Integer y is equal to 20. Okay. Now I have to print the y value here. System.debug. I'm going to print y is equal to plus y. So let me execute the program. Before that, let me close the previous log. So let me go for execute and see what the outcome is. Let me go for a debug only. And meanwhile, see the things. Okay, the condition not satisfied. So no statement gets executed. Now make the condition satisfied and let's execute. Now going for debug only. See here, y is equal to 20. So we were able to get the y value. It's 10 after if statement. So the next learning is inside the if loop, inside the if conditional statement, you can specify, you can declare a variable. Okay, that is another learning. So there is no criteria that all the declarations should go outside. Okay, so you can declare a variable still inside a if conditional statement. Next experiment, let me cut this. Okay, and put this outside the if condition. Okay, now I'm trying to print it outside.
So one basic question, sir.
Yeah, yes, please go ahead. No issue.
So for semicolon, right, sir?
Yes.
The colon, right?
Yes.
So which condition you keep, which the condition don't keep, sir? Because I keep making that mistake. How do you?
Line number 4 you are talking about?
Yeah.
Actually here, my requirement is I need to check whether x value is 10. Okay. So that's why I'm going for x is equal to 10. If my requirement is I need to check whether x value is 50 in the sense, I will change it into 50.
Oh, no.
The question is, he asked why we have to put the semicolon at the end of the each line.
Yeah, that's what in the previous classes I told. Semicolon means it tells the compiler that is the end of the line. Okay. Here we are not putting the semicolon, so we are telling the compiler that this is not the end of the statement, this is just a beginning. So the end of the statement, to denote the end of the statement, here we are using curly braces. If you miss the curly braces, by default here will be the semicolon, right? In the first line there is a semicolon. So now the compiler, let me remove this. Okay, now you see like this.
Sorry, sir. Yesterday I didn't attend. I'm sorry.
That's not an issue at all. Okay, so no, that's not an at all. Other people may have it, in their mind, they may not come up. So that's not an issue at all. Okay, let's see here. If x is equal to 50, there is no semicolon. So now the compiler thinks that this is not the end of the statement. I have to go to the next statement also. So it will combine. It will come to the next line. That is line number 5, and it sees that there is a semicolon, right? So now the compiler thinks that these two are a single statement. So I need to execute. Okay. You got it now? I think, I might have answered your question, I guess. Okay. So now let's come to our experiment. Let me cut this system.debug and let me paste it outside. Okay, fine. Now let me, please mute yourselves. If you have any queries, you can go for it. Okay, fine. Now let me try to execute it. Okay. See the error. Variable does not exist. Why? Okay, it says that there is no such variable called y, but still we have a variable, right? We have a variable called y here. Okay, so why this is happening?
But that is inside the braces.
The scope of y the scope of that variable is inside the if, you can say.
Yeah. Now if I remove this braces and if I try, there will not be any compilation error. So the second takeaway point here is, second takeaway point here is, if you are going to declare a variable inside a conditional statements, it will allow you to declare. But as someone told, this is the scope. Okay, its lifetime is limited within this curly braces. So generally curly braces serves two purposes. Curly braces serves two purposes. One is it will use to group the statements. Second one is it will try to accommodate the variables declare inside only in the local scope. So this is called a local scope. As far as y is concerned, now it is inside a local scope of if. Outside the if, the visibility will not be there, you cannot access y. Okay, so this is called, in programming languages, this is called scope of variable. If you declare this y, now it is in a global scope. Global scope in the sense, throughout this anonymous window, wherever possible, I can able to make use of this y. There will not be any restrictions. If we move the y inside the curly braces, now it means that you are restricting the scope of y. So whenever you are going to declare a variable inside a loop or inside an if, you have to make sure that the visibility will be only inside that. Okay, so you have to clear with that. Any doubts here?
Sir, if sorry.
Yes, please.
If we have x equal if x equal 10 here, will it print the two debug statements?
Yeah, let me go for it. The program will not compile first of all, because in line number 13, I am going to print y. Okay, but
Yeah.
the problem here is y is declared inside the loop. Okay, whether it is going to satisfy or not satisfy, that's not an issue at all. Okay, see there, variable does not exist. Okay, so since it is satisfying, okay, the statement gets satisfied, but still the lifetime will be only inside the curly braces.
Okay? If we don't have y, it will print the two debug statements, right?
If we don't have y, in the sense you will get similar kind of stuff, variable does not exist.
No, if you remove the last line for y as well, the last system debug.
Yeah, now you will get the output. The program will
I will
compile.
get the two system debugs. It's 10 after if statement. It will print 8 and 9. Okay.
Because the condition gets satisfied here, right? So it will go to integer y is equal to 20. It's a declaration, that's fine. It will go for line number 8, it's 10, and it will go for line number 9 after if statement. Let me execute this and show the output also. Okay, you will get the output. Okay,
thank you.
So the learning point here is, if you are going to declare a variable inside the curly braces, you have to make sure the lifetime or the visibility will be inside the curly braces also. So to take away points. Yeah, yes, please.
Sir, is there any limit to write if conditions in the program?
Any limit in what context you are asking?
If conditions, we write how many in the program? N number of, or is there any limit?
Actually,
governor limits.
There is no governor limit related with if. Okay, so governor limits generally comes into the picture when you have SOQL queries, DML statements. There you will be having the governor limits because of the multi-tenant architecture of Salesforce. These things will generally play a role with heap size. There is one more thing called the heap size limit. Heap size limit generally comes when you are going for overloaded the things with your for loops. Okay, so this if conditions will not going to play anything. Only thing is your SOQL and your for loops will play with the limits. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So let me try like this. One more experiment. Just curly braces. I'm going to print. Don't get confused. We are trying different possibilities of the thing. That's it. So let me simply going to play with this. Okay, by experiment these things, you should not deviate from the actual concept. So that's the really worrying factor. So I hope that you will be clear with the concepts. So let me try. See here. Even though there is no if and anything at all, still your program gets executed with the braces. So that's what I'm coming to say, that curly braces generally used to group statements. It doesn't mean that there should be an if. It doesn't mean that there should be a while to have the curly braces. Okay, see here, if I am trying to print system.debug outside this particular curly braces, let's see what will happen. Execute. See here, variable does not exist z, because Z is declared inside a curly braces. So outside the curly braces, there is no chance to access this particular variable. Its scope is local scope. Okay. Any doubts here?
The system.debug is always inside the curly braces, correct?
If you give, it doesn't mean that the system.debug should be always curly braces. If you give inside the curly braces, now you have the visibility of X, so you can able to access it. If you give system.debug outside the curly braces, this line will not get executed because it is unable to access the Z. If you remove the variable, now this particular line number 8 will get executed. Okay, because it's just a word, so it will print it.
Okay, sir. Okay.
You got my point? Here you have to concentrate here is variable Z. This variable Z, where it resides? It resides inside the curly braces. If that is the case, I can access this Z only inside the curly braces. Okay, I cannot access it outside the curly braces. That's the takeaway point. Okay.
I have a small question.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, if there is no code from line number 3 to line number 9.
Okay.
Okay. So till line. Okay, fine. Yeah. So here, what is the use of y equal to 20? So it will not go for that particular statement, right? So if we execute this one, so it blindly go and check for if x equal to 10, then it prints that it is 10, or else after if statement, correct?
Yes.
So what is the use of line number 8?
Actually here, I'm trying to explain you how your local scope works. So that's why I declared y inside this x is equal to 10. Okay, there is no business logic or business scenario involved here, just to explain you how it behaves. Okay.
Okay. As of now, you are trying to explain about private and the global variables.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain how the local scope behaves. So that's what, because curly braces started. So I think it's better to explain it here. Okay. So that's what the ultimate aim.
Okay.
So coming back to the basics. So this is how you can check an if condition. Let me go for else if also. Okay. So this is a simple if block. And another way of writing an if condition is, there may be multiple conditions. Currently we are checking only an condition, single condition. If the condition gets failed, I want to check one more condition, in the sense you have to go for else if. If that condition also fails, I want to execute a default block. If that is the case, I will be going for else. Okay, so this is a if else if statement. It will be called as if else if statements. Let me go for a simple program here in the anonymous window. Okay, so let me get rid of this statement. Let me make it simple. Okay, if x is equal to 10, I want to print x is equal to 10. If x is equal to 20, I want to print x is equal to 20. Okay, so I'm going for x is equal to 20. I want to print it's 20. It's 20. If x is equal to not equal to 10, not equal to 20, if does not matches with the 10 and 20, if that is the case, I want to print something as, it's not equal to 10 or 20. Okay. So let's see how the programs behaves. 10, you already seen that. Let me go for 20. Okay. Execute. The code block will execute with the else if part. See here, it's 20, because what happened now, x value is 20. So initially it is checking that x is equal to 10. No, it is not equal to 10. So it will straight away come to the else part. In the else part, you are checking one more condition. So it will try to evaluate that expression. X is equal to 20. Yes, x is equal to 20. So it will execute the line number 10, and after that it will comes out. Okay, so that's why you are getting that it's 20. So here you will consider line number 4 to line number 14 as a single block. Okay, this is called a single block. In a single block, at a given point of time, either first condition or second condition or the else part will get executed. Okay. Okay, let me try to change the condition a little bit. I am checking that if x is greater than or equal to 10. I am checking like this. See here, x is equal to 20. I am checking that x is greater than or equal to 10. Okay, if that is the case, I am printing it's 10. Else if x is equal to 20, I'm going to print 20. If nothing gets matches, I'm going to print it's not equal to 10 or 20. Okay, you can guess what might be the output.
It's 10.
It's 10 and it's 20.
No,
Okay,
it's
fine.
10 and
Not equal to 10 or
It's 10.
It's 10
Only
only.
10.
Only 10.
Oh, okay, fine. That's cool. Let's execute and go for it. Okay. So no need to believe anyone. Let's execute and let's check, how it looks like. Let me go for debug only. What the output is, it's 10. Please follow my words clearly. It is a single block. In a single block, at a point of time, either this one get executed or this one get executed or this one will executed. Okay. I use the word either this one or this one or this one. Okay, this is the scenario. Sometimes it may be confusing. You may argue that x greater than or equal to 10. Yes, x greater than or equal to 10. So it's 10 gets printed. Meanwhile, x is equal to 20. That is also true, right? If that is the case, you should show it. It should go here, right? But what stops, it's coming here because you are giving it else if. Okay, else if in the sense, if the if condition gets failed, then only it looks below. Okay, if the first if condition satisfied, it will not looks into the below statements, and it will straight away comes out of this block. Okay, so that's why the initial condition gets satisfied, it printed 10 and it's straight away coming out of the block. Okay, no more looking below the block. Is it clear? Any doubts here?
Understood.
Okay, fine. That's cool.
If in some
I
case,
doubt,
if we remove the else part, it will check both the condition, right?
Yes, we'll do that also. Okay, let me remove this. Now I'm going to have like this. So let's close the previous one and let's go for it, execute. And let's open this also. Okay, go for a debug only. See here, output is it's 10, it's 20. Now see here, this is a single block. This is line number 8 to line number 14 is another single block. Okay, so it will check the first block, that is line number 4 to 7. The condition gets satisfied, so you're getting it's 10 as an output. Okay, so it will not stop there because this is a single block and another block gets started with if else. Okay, so it will check that x is equal to 20. Yes, x is equal to 20. So it will straight away execute it's 20 also. So you are getting it's 10, it's 20. Okay, if I change my program like this, in this scenario, what might be the output?
It's not equal to 10.
It's 10.
10
It's 10.
and it's 10 and it will.
Number 6 will get executed.
Okay, fine. Now, the x value is 120. As a beginner, you have to think that you are the compiler. Okay, so
it's 10.
So it will execute two statements. It's 10 and it's not equal to 10 or 20 because it's a single block and this is a different single block.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, so now, as I told earlier, you have to think, you are the compiler. So you are going the second line, integer x is equal to 20. Okay, fine. So line by line, you look at it. Line number 4, x greater than or equal to 10. That is what the criteria. What is the x value? 120. 120 is greater than 10. Is it right?
Yes.
If that is the case, it will go inside and it will execute. Okay, this is a single block. So it is coming to the next block. X is equal to 20. Is it x is equal to 20? No. So it will look whether there is any else block for this. Yes, there is a else block there. So it will go here and it will execute this. Okay, so let's execute and see what the outcome is. It's 10. Why it happened? Because 120 is greater than 10. So that's why line number 6 gets executed. Okay, this is a single block. Again, it is going into the next block. In the next block, it is checking x is equal to 20. No, it has an else part. So it will go to the else part and it will execute line number 13. And you are getting it's not equal to 10 or 20. Is it clear now?
Yes.
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 That's it with the if block. Okay, so these all are the so many different possibilities you can try in your program. Okay, by seeing this, if the output comes wrong, there is no compilation, but the statement executed is entirely different. In the sense, you can easily figure it out if you know the fundamentals very well, where it went wrong, which logic you have to correct it. Okay, so that's it with the if else if statement. Okay, now let's move on to switch on expression. Okay, so here, before going into switch, here you can apply your conditional statement. You can apply equal to, okay, whatever criteria you want to apply, you can apply. Only thing is, it should return a true or false statement. Okay, don't get confused with that. Here you should get true or false. Okay, for that expressions it will get executed. Let's go for the switch statement. The syntax for switch statement is switch on expression. Okay, pay attention here. Okay, switch on expression. Let me move my slide above. See here, it is condition. See here, it is an expression. So it doesn't mean that there should be a Boolean statement here. Okay, there should be a Boolean statement. It can be an expression. What is mean by expression? Let's say, this is a switch statement. This is an expression. X is equal to x plus 5. If that is the case, x value is 10, in the sense 15. 15 will be substituted there. That is called expression. Okay, something you are going to write there that will return a value. That will return a value. Okay, I'm going to write a switch on this particular value. Okay, when that value is 1, the code will get executed. There is a requirement that when value is 1 and value is 2, both the values I need a common statement. If that is the case, you can go like this. When value 1 and value 2, this line could be executed. So you can put comma there, and you can group the statements. Okay, group the expression values. And if both the values does not match, my expression is going to be value 3, in the sense this particular line will be executed. Similar to else part in the if condition, if none of the above values gets matches, I wanted to get a default block to be get executed. In the sense, you will be going for then else. Okay, so any confusion here in the syntax? This is the general syntax. Any confusion here? Okay, fine. Next, what all are the values you can have in the expression? This is a very, very important point. Your expression can be an integer. Your expression can be a long. Your expression can be a string. Your expression can be an S object. S object in the sense, it may be an account, it may be a contact, it may be an opportunity. So that's called, S object. So generally all the standard and custom objects derived from the S objects. So that is called S object. Enumeration, as I told, it's a set of constants. We will see later this S objects and enum we will see in the upcoming classes. So please keep an eye on this. There is no decimal here. Okay, there is no float values here. It means that it will be a whole number, or it can be a string value, or it can be an object, it can be a constant. Okay, so for these values only you can go for switches. Okay, otherwise there is a relational operator, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. If you wanted to do something, in the sense, you have to go for if condition. Okay, so let's say you are going to create a menu type of application. In the menu type of application, you can apply switch. Okay, so that's what the business scenario you can apply switch there. Okay, so let's see it one by one. I'm going to use the same x is equal to 20 here. Let me reserve this system.debug. Okay, instead of typing it, I'm going to have it switch. I'm going to apply switch on expression. Okay, let me come to the slide. Expression can be an integer. Okay, fine, x is an integer, so definitely I can go for x. Switch on x. What is the syntax? Switch on expression, and after that open bracket, close bracket. If you are going to write a program, in the sense, if it is a loop, or if it is a if conditional, or it is a method, whatever it may be, initially put the open braces, automatically the close close braces will come. Okay, so this is the way to do the program. Okay, after putting all the braces, don't try to put the close braces. It will match to brackets also. Let's say you are going to print a system.debug, in the sense it is always better, put open bracket and close brackets. So that's why in the IntelliSense editor you are getting the pairs automatically. Okay, fine. So switch on expression X. Let me move there. Okay, similar to the syntax. And then when value is equal to 1, the code block to be get executed. So I'm going to print value, and the syntax is value when value. Okay, sorry. So syntax is when value, the statement to be executed. My option is, if X is equal to 10, I want to execute something. If that is the case, instead of value from the syntax, you have to go for 10. When 10, I want to print it's 10. So let me copy the statement, paste it here. I'm going to print it's 10. Okay. It's, sorry, mouse. Okay. It's 10. Okay, fine. If X value is 20, I want to execute, a different set of line. I'm going for it. When 20. Okay. I'm going to print it's 20. Okay, fine. When nothing matches. Okay, when nothing matches, what is the syntax? When nothing matches, when else. So I'm going for when else. There is no value in the syntax. I'm doing the same thing. When else, just I'm going to copy, paste it. Okay, it's not equal. It's not equal to 10 or 20. Okay. Okay. So let's execute this program and see how the output looks. Okay. Before that, let me clear the previous log and let's going for it. I'm going for it. It's 120. The value is 120. So let's see. It successfully compiled, and let's see. You are getting the else block. Okay, because X value is 120. Okay, I'm going to check. Okay, X is equal to 10. No. X is equal to 20. No. So it is automatically come to the else part. Now let me remove this. Let me remove this and try to execute the same program. Okay, I'm trying to execute the same program. Let me execute it. What is the output? Nothing gets executed. So we learn a point here that similar to if else, this L part is not a mandatory one. If your business require this, you have it in your implementation. If there is no requirement for else part, if nothing matches, I don't want anything to be get executed, in the sense you can get rid of this particular else part. Okay, so the next experiment, instead of having switch on X, I'm trying X greater than 10. Okay, I'm trying X greater than 10. Let me execute. Okay, read the things carefully. Boolean is not a valid switch expression type. So obviously it's very clear that your expression should return a value that can be an integer, that can be a long, that can be an S object, that can be an enum. Okay, if it returns a Boolean value, or if it is going to return a decimal value, in the sense the program will not get compiled. That's what the difference between if and switch. So now you may get a confusion that, so which one I have to stick on, whether I have to stick on with my if, or whether I have to stick on with your switch. Okay, as a beginner, if you are getting confused, in the sense, no worries, go ahead with the if. You can satisfy all the scenarios with the if conditional statements, but just learn that there is one more option, that you have a switch also. Switch will execute only on the exact value types. Okay, let's say X is equal to 10, X is equal to 50, or the entered menu option is 1, menu option is 2. Okay, in that scenario only you can go for switch. Less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to, those kinds of relational or conditional statements you cannot apply on top of switch. Any doubts here?
So switch is nothing but a multiple if and else conditions.
Yeah, let me try to write the same program using if. Okay, then it will be easy for you to compare. Let me try to write the same program using if. So what is this? X is equal to 10. Okay, if X is equal to 10, I want to execute this line. Okay, and then I'm trying to have. Else if x is equal to 20, I want to execute this line. Else. This is what? If else if. So it scrolled up. So let me cut this for for your easiness. Okay, if it is possible, let me put it here. Able to see here? This is just a comparison of converting the switch statement. I'm changing it into if. In the same way, what you are going to check here, x is equal to 10, x is equal to 20. Okay, that's what you are going to check. The same thing you can write using if also. If x is equal to 10, else if x is equal to 20, else. Okay, both the things are same. Okay.
Any compilation difference, or like any other difference? No other difference.
No other difference.
Only a syntax.
Yeah, only the syntax, and you have more restriction on switch, as I told. Okay, more restriction in the term. This is the restriction you have on switch, but you have the freedom to check the relational operator, everything in the if. So it's better to go with if, okay, whenever possible. If
but in
switch,
if we can, sorry, but in if we can use a greater, or if we don't know the exact number also, we can use the if. If we know the exact number only, we can go for the switch on. Is that right?
You can't take it in that way. You don't know the exact number. Okay, you can take it in this way. If it is a less than or greater than, that point is correct. If it is less than or greater than, you can go for it. Okay, that is the relational operators. You can go for if statement. The same relational operator, you cannot do it here, because this x is an expression. It will evaluate to a value. That's it. That value should be an integer. Value should be a long. It should be an S object. It should be an enum. Okay, it cannot be a Boolean. That's really a serious thing on switch statements. Okay, if you think that
actually,
it is
yes, multiple expression can check on if statement, but only one expression can check on switch, right?
Please repeat.
Multiple expressions can check on if statement in if and else if.
Yes, your switch should evaluate to a single value. Okay, that is what the point. See here one more advantage is I can check x less than or equal to 10 and x less than or equal to 100. You can see here, you can add more than one conditions right here in the if. This is what we seen in the ternary operator also, right? Using and in the result calculation we put it, right? If result is equal to pass and result grade greater than 80, that's what the program which we worked out yesterday, right? You have the freedom of putting the conditional operators here, but there is no conditional operators right over here. You can go for only the exact value. That's what I told. A menu kind of situation comes in the sense, let's say if you there may be IVR system, right? Press 1 for customer inquiry, press 2 for service people. If that is the case, 1 or 2, user will choose either one of the options presented in the menu. In the sense, you can go for a switch. Okay, there is a business scenario comes into the picture that the user input value should be less than this value, or it should not be 0, or it should not be something. So in that way, more conditions are coming up. In the sense, you have to go for if. Simply saying conditions comes in the business, you can go for if. Exact value expression comes in the sense, you can go for switch. There is a huge debate over this. If that is the case, what I have to stick on? I have a little bit confusion right over here. In the sense, please forget this switch, stick on to this CF. Okay.
But in syntax, can you go to the PDF syntax?
Yeah.
So here you have provided next to switch on expression, you have provided when value 1, value 2. So what is the use of value 2? How we can implement that?
Let's say if when 10 and 20, I want to execute the same line. When 30, I want to execute like this. Okay, it's 30. Here I'm going to print it's less than or equal to 20. Okay, let's take a scenario when if the user pressed the option 1 or option 2, the same outcome need to be get executed. If that is the case, you can combine with multiple values.
Okay, okay. So that is not a limit, right? So up to 2, value 2 only we can. So it's
no, you can give a number of values here.
Okay.
Comma, you can put.
Okay.
Okay. For let's say for 5 values, I want the same output in the sense you can go for the values comma separated here. So that's what being specified here. Okay. The
And here
possibilities.
Switch on is a keyword, right? Standard keyword.
Yes, it's a keyword. Switch on. Okay.
So
This
basically,
may vary.
yeah. So this is basically the difference between if and switch on, right? We can't implement this in if condition like we have right when 10, 20. We can't do it in if condition, right?
The same thing, let's say if x is equal to 10 and x is equal to 20, I want to apply here in the sense I can apply here like this. Let's see here, x is equal to 10. Okay. Or I'm going to apply x is equal to 20 here. What will happen now? If x is equal to 10, this line number 15 will get executed. If x is equal to 20, this line number will get executed. So at a single point of time, x will have either 10 or 20, right? So this particular line is similar to this in if statements, right?
Right.
Okay, it is okay with the values like whatever you said, like with integer. So can we have one example with the string so that it will be more clear on when?
Yeah, sure. So is it clear, this comparison? Anyone has any doubts, you can go for it. If you made the basics strong in the sense, you will not get, confused in futures. Okay. So when there is a, yeah.
One doubt. So that space is important or is the syntax? If we remove the space, we will get
space
the
is
syntax
serious. Space is seriously important because that separates the, syntax.
Okay.
Because there is a built-in program that is called compiler, right? That compiler will convert your high-level language into machine-level language. So for that compiler, people should have fed the syntax. Okay, the people who return the compiler, return in such a way that if there is a space in the sense, that is the next, next option. Okay. So if there is no space in the sense, the compiler compare the syntax with the already executed, feeded syntax with its program. It will check that the program does not match. So it will throw immediately, the error. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Sir, எனக்கு ஒரு டவுட் இருக்கு. இப்ப if is conditionல s is அப்புறம் s equal to 20 ரெண்டுமே போட்டீங்க. அப்படி போட்டா இப்ப இந்த else if condition தேவையில்லை சார்?
இது தேவையில்லை, நீங்க இப்படி மாத்திக்கலாம். நான் இங்க கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்ணும்போது இதை போட இதை மாத்தி இருக்கலாம். நான் இதை மாத்தல, அவ்வளவுதான்.
ஓகே சார்.
சினாரியோ எப்படி இருக்கும், சரியா? ஓகே. Okay, fine. So இப்போ அவங்க கேட்ட மாதிரி நம்ம so as he asked, let's move on to the string example. Okay, let me remove this. Now I hope it's clear. Let me try with the string variable. String. Okay, str option. Okay, or str menu. Okay, str menu is equal to str menu. Let's say call service. Okay, call service. So switch on. Here I am going to print str menu. When it's a string value, right? When here you have to specify the string value. So let me print when call service, when the str menu has the value of call service. Okay, call the service team. Okay, so when I'm going for when, okay, call product team. Okay, let me give like this. Call the product division. Okay, if nothing, when else nothing matches, I'm going to print, okay, invalid menu option. I'm giving like this. So let's compile and let's see how this outcome. Okay. See, the output is call the service team. Okay, because the menu option I'm having is call service. So it is going to check str menu value with its corresponding, when expressions. So str menu has the value of call service. So it matches here. So it goes to the line number 5 and print that call the service team. Okay. If I'm going to try like this, let me remove this call service. Any guess here? What will be the output?
Invalid option, invalid menu option.
It will print the else part.
It will print the else part. Let's execute. These all are the interesting things, when you are as a beginner, you can try, nothing harm trying this. So invalid menu option. Okay. See here, invalid menu option. So the else part get executed. Why? Even though it's pretty much same, the case really matters. Okay. The case really matters. Let's see now. If str menu, we already seen this, let me try this. If str menu is equal to, I'm going to try like this. Okay. Call service. I'm going to print system.debug. So let me copy this and paste it here. Don't get confused. Just, elaborately we are saying it. What all are the things, possibilities. Okay. So now let's see. Let me try to run this program. This is call service similar to this. Okay. Just I'm checking like this. So let me close this previous things and let me execute and see. Going for a debug. See the interesting thing. What happens? Invalid menu option gets printed, but call the service team is printed from this if conditions. So you notice the difference. Here it says that this str menu is not equal to call service. So that's why it went to the else part and it's printed. But in the if condition, it says that yes, it is equivalent to call the service. So the major difference is when you go for switch and you are checking the string values, the case sensitive, it's really case sensitive. But as far as if is concerned, it is not case sensitive if you are going for double equal to. If you apply double equal to check strings, it will not consider the case sensitive. Irrespective of case sensitive, it will check whether both the values are same or not. Okay, but that is not the case with switch. It will check the conditions with case sensitive. You understand the difference?
Yes.
Yeah, but we can do it in if condition also, right? If we put dot equals, like you said yesterday.
Yes. Let me explain everything in a single program. I'm going to print like this. Okay, to check two strings, you can go for different ways. One is double equal to, and another one is there is a method called equals. I'm going for equals. Okay, let's see how many times call the service team gets printed. Ultimately, in str menu, you are having call the service. Now let's see how many times it gets printed. Execute the program.
Missing close parameters.
Yeah, sorry, I missed it. Okay. Why I missed it?
19.
Line number 19. Okay.
Equals.
Okay. Fine. Sorry. I'm missing the closing bracket here. Okay. Now let's see it's in a single line, a single window. Okay, fine. Let's execute. Now let's see. How many times call the service team prints. It's printed from line number 16. See there in the square bracket, it says that 16 the line you are getting call the service team. That is only this particular line gets executed. Okay, even though str menu is having the same word call service, only line number 16 get executed. So the point here is if you apply double equal to check a criteria, okay, for string, it will ignore the cases. It's a case insensitive. Okay, but the same condition, if you are going with equals method or you are going for your switch, it's a case sensitive scenario. It will not consider both the things are same. You got the point? So before implementing the logic, you should be very clear whether my business is going to give importance to the cases. Even whatever may be the cases, it may be full caps or it may be a small case, it's a camel case, whatever it may be, I need to check the content in the sense you will be going for double equal to. Okay, no, my cases is going to play a important role. I should consider the cases also in the sense you will be going for equals or in the switch, you can apply that too. Okay, so this is a single program. We have seen all the difference of opinions here. Any doubts here? So if there is no doubt, we can go for today's to-do.
Yeah,
Yes,
only one
yes,
doubt.
please.
Like when you means here I get a different doubt. Like when we have a string of str menu, so when it comes when the name here as menu, so can we declare one more string str menu equal to call product team? No, right? So it is only for an exact one value.
Yeah, in on should be an expression. An expression can be a single value. It cannot be a multiple value. You cannot give a comma and things right here. Okay, you can go for the comma in the then part.
Okay.
You cannot go for the comma in the switch part.
But it can be a user input value.
Yeah, it can be an user input. Ultimately, all the Apex code, what till the last 3 days we are going to see is we are not going to implement it in the anonymous window. We are going to write a class, we are going to write a method, and we are going to implement that. Okay, so for as a beginner, for the easiness, we are playing with this anonymous window. Within a couple of days, we will be moving on to the Apex classes. Oops concept. We will be jumping in. Okay. So is it clear? Is it clear here? Any doubts in the sense you can go for it? Otherwise, we can go for today's to-do program. Looping statements we will start tomorrow.
Hello.
In 19.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
The equal. Okay. Continue.
Yeah, please.
Can I store two variable? Can I store two values in the same variable? Like str menu, we have mentioned call service. At the same time, by giving comma, we can mention call product team here.
Okay, let me copy paste. You are asking like this. Call product team is also comma, right?
Yeah.
So even though if you have two values with comma separated, this str menu will be considered as a single value. Okay, that is call service comma call product team is a single string. It will check in that way. It will not split. Call service is a separate, call product is a separate. It will not think like that. It will treat it as a single value. Okay.
Okay, means we can store only single value in a single variable. Right?
Yes, obviously you have to do in that way. Yeah.
In this case, we have to use array list if you want to store multiple value, right?
Yeah, yes, you can go like that. But why we have to confuse? It's better to go with if statements. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
So this is to make you guys understand that there is a switch statement is exist. This is the syntax, and you can go for what all are the data types it can accommodate. So just to understand from interview perspective, whatever it may be. Okay, but implementation perspective, you can simply go for if. You can ignore this switch. Okay.
So 19th line, we have an equal sign. So that is a string method.
Yes. This is a string method. If I want to explain equals furthermore, I should explain, what is meant by class, what is meant by method. In couple of days, we will be going into that. At point of time, I will compare with this, what is meant by dot, how you can access your own method using dot. Those things we will be seeing in a couple of days.
Yes, sir. So as it is a string method, that's why it is case sensitive. So that is the only thing I know.
Yeah. Let's quickly jump on to today's to-do program. So first couple of things are pretty much similar to the same. Previously, you have implemented ternary operator. Using ternary operator, you have implemented result calculation and grade printing, right? Same thing you can try with if. Okay. Now you can able to easily identify which is easy for you. You can go for if. And biggest among three numbers, maybe a couple of people have already implemented, I guess, biggest among three numbers. That's also you can try. And this is the thing you have to try. Do the calculator program based on the operation. Let's say in your program, you're having two variables, first data and second data. You have one more variable called operation. If the operation contains plus, okay, you should get sum of two numbers as an output. If the operation variable contains multiplication, you should get multiplication as an output. Okay, so that's what you have to implement. Any doubts on this line number, sorry, the third program? First two is obviously clear for you, I guess. Any doubts here? Biggest among three numbers already, if you haven't know the logic of biggest among three numbers in the sense, let me quickly go for that. Let's say for this program, biggest among three numbers, let me like this. Okay. biggest among three numbers. Let's say you are having X, you are having Y, and you are having Z. I wanted to find out which is, a biggest number. Let's say X may have 10, Y may have 50, Z may have 5. The program, asks you to find the biggest among three numbers. The logic behind is, let's say first you have to compare the X with Y. It should be, X should be greater than Y, and please listen, and X should be greater than Z. If both the conditions satisfied, X is the biggest number. If any one of the condition failed, in the sense X is out, okay, I have only Y and Z. So what I have to do, I have to compare Y with Z, okay, whether Y is greater than Z. If this condition satisfied, Y is my biggest number. If both the conditions gets failed, obviously Z will be the biggest number. So that is what the logic for, program number 2. Okay, so you guys understand the program number 3? Any doubts in the program number 3
again, sir?
It's similar to your calculator. In calculator, what you will do, you will be, let's say, let me quickly go for calculator and explain you. In the calculator, what you will do generally, you will be going for, two values, right? Let's say first value is 10. I'm going to plus 10, and after that I'm going for plus. This plus is called operation. Okay, if I click to plus, and if I press to 20, in the sense I'm getting 30 as an output. I'm getting 30 as an output. That is what the program. If the first value is 10 and I'm going to use multiply as my operation, and now if I'm going for 20, in the sense I will get 200 as an answer. So that is what the program is all about. You are going to declare three variables. This is the first variable, second variable, and an operation. First, you run the program with the operation as plus. Second, you change the operation into multiplication and you run the program. Okay. Third, you change it into division and you run the program. Whatever the operation may changes, you should get the output accordingly. Right? You got my point?
Yeah.
You try this with if, and you try the same program with switch also. Okay. You can try both the things. And let me go to the final program. Okay, it maybe looks big, but it's a simple program only. Let me explain. We have to, we are going to simulate a similar kind of, banking transaction, but only with the two options. Let's say there is an ATM, automatic teller machine, in the bank, and you are having two options. One is you can go for a withdrawal, and two is you can go for deposit. Okay, and you have to declare a variable called current balance. Let's say current balance it's 50,000. Okay, and in the screen you should get an option called one withdrawal, two deposit. Okay, let's say entered option, I am going to store the entered option as 1, in the sense I will get, entered amount 5,000 and I will get 45,000 as an output. Let's say current balance is 50,000 and I'm going to choose the option deposit. Choose the option in the sense you will be storing the value directly in your program. Entered option is entered option is 2, in the sense again entered amount is 5,000, in the sense you will be getting 55,000 as an output because it's a deposit. Okay, so this is the program. You can try with if, or you can try with switch also. Okay, any doubts here? We will wind up here. Yeah, yes, please.
Where I can see the question, sorry, this PDF format?
It will be in the drive. It will be in the drive shared with you. Okay.
Right now?
It's already in the drive. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
It's already uploaded. So before starting every session, we used to upload the PDF which is being presented in the class. Okay. So it's time to wind up here. So see you within 20 minutes. I will be back. Okay.
Nagarajan, I have a small doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not related to this session, but in yesterday's session, while if we want to get output as a decimal, we declare a decimal, right? Integer, yes, and then a decimal. And yes, in a few examples, like we are getting output as a Boolean, like either it is true or false. but we are not declaring any Boolean value over there. So like how is that?
When you are going to execute an expression, it will return true or false. At that point of time, we never try to store that in a variable. Okay. When you are trying to store the value into an expression into a variable, at that point of time you need a Boolean variable.
Okay. We have
we have printed directly, so at that point of time there is no need to have any Boolean variable right over there.
Okay, we are not storing it, we just printed
yes
it. So
yes. It's time for a break, so let me stop it here. So
Nagarajan, day 3 PDF is not there.
Day 3 PDF, actually I asked Ashok to upload, otherwise I will upload within 5 minutes. Okay.
Nagaraj, one small doubt actually.
Yes, please.
Actually, the if condition you were mentioning that x greater than equal. For example, if you mention that equal to greater than means.
Ashok,
Yes.
Sorry to disturb you. Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry. So, is it possible to join? Within 10 minutes? Okay. It's already 8:13. So, 8:30 again we will start.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. Fine.
We will discuss this relaxedly there. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
If you are interested to learn Salesforce, visit AJ Skill Development website. There you can find our course curriculum and you can come to know about the list of courses we are offering. We are offering Salesforce Administrator and Salesforce Development courses. To know about us and the team, you can visit our About Us section. This is an organization we are doing Salesforce training from 2018, and we have trained and guided 2,000 plus candidates so far. And if you also want to know about our placement assistants, visit our placement assistance section where you can find the list of people and the category. You can see the list of people who got trained and placed from our side. You can also visit their LinkedIn pages to get to know about our training and also the feedback from the relevant trainees. Okay. And also, if you want to do the course inquiry, click on contact us. You will see the form. You can fill the form and submit the inquiry. Our team will get back to us. Thank you.